Good afternoon. We are now ready to begin. On behalf of Orangeburg Consolidated School District 5, Bethune-Bowman Middle High School, and the graduating class of 2018, I welcome each of you here today. As always, with occasions such as graduation, it is important that we mention first our expectations. Let us remember that graduation is a momentous and dignified occasion. Each graduate is of equal importance and deserves his or her moment to shine. The first graduate receiving his diploma is just as important as the last. There should be absolute silence at all times during the ceremony, which again is a once-in-a-lifetime event. We are requesting that you refrain from talking, loudly, shouting, applauding, making unnecessary noises, or yelling. You are also asked to please remain in your seats during the entire ceremony. If you have cell phones in your possession, we ask that you please turn them off at this time or place them on vibrate. Again, during the awarding of diplomas, please hold your applause so that each graduate's name can be heard. Thank you for your cooperation in helping us to make this important occasion a momentous event for our class of 2018. Please stand as we receive the class of 2018.
May all gentlemen please remove your hats. Please bow your heads for a moment of prayer. Dear Lord, God, we come to you at this time to give you thanks for allowing us to reach such a major turning point in our lives. In this graduation day be a celebration of your life within us. We give you all the learning, the skills, and hard work of these years. We pour out our gifts into your hands. May we hold this memory in our hearts as we continue on our adventure. Father, may we live a life that reveals your hope and be guided in everything we do by your everlasting truth. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Please be seated.
Welcome to the Orangeburg Consolidated School District 5 Board of Trustees, Dr. Jesse Washington III, Superintendent, Principal Lakekia Lewis, faculty, and staff of Bethune-Bowman Middle High School. Honored guests, parents, family, and friends, on behalf of the senior class, it is my pleasure and an honor to welcome you to our 2018 graduation ceremony. Great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. Samuel Jackson. We know that in these moments, our joy, our excitement, and our sense of accomplishment is shared by each and every person here today.
We, the class of 2018, have set goals, worked hard for the past 12 years, and now we get to reap the fruit of our harvest. We thank our parents, administrators, faculty, and staff for equipping us with the tools and knowledge we need to build our future towards a successful life. Thank you for all joining us here today to celebrate this milestone in our lives. Again, thank you.
Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests, Board of Trustees, Ms. Mary B. Allman, Chair, Mr. Vernon Stevens, Vice Chair, Mr. Henry Jenkins, Secretary, Ms. Adela Carson, Mr. Sam Paulo, Ms. Susan Beaton, and Mr. Julius Bates. Our administration, Dr. Jesse Washington III, Superintendent, Dr. Cynthia Cash Green, Chief Instructional Service Officer, Mr. Jerome Davis, Executive Director, Secretary of School, Mr. Steve Williams, Director of Technology Center, Mr. P.P. Lewis, Principal, Mr. Jamal Roberts, Assistant Principal, Ms. Karen James, Assistant Principal, Ms. Keisha Hughes, Assistant Principal, Dr. Mika Johnson, Administrative Liaison, and Ms. Krista Austin, Professional School Counselor. Thank you.
Testing. throw your hands up, you can be the cloud. You can move a mountain, you can raise rise. You can be the master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Run a mile, you could walk straight through the world with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the goal, breaking all the records that thought never could be broke. Do it for your people, do it for your pride. How you ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name. There's gonna be a day when you're
Greetings, class of 2018. We made it. Today is the day that we've all been waiting for. After this day, we will start the next chapter in our lives. We will be young adults, and we will obtain all the responsibilities that come with being one. As I look back over my life in preparation to stand before you today, I felt compelled to share with you my coming-of-age story. Growing up and moving around constantly really played a part in who I am today. It was hard for me to really find myself, and for years, I did not know who the real Sahare was. I had to start over constantly, causing me to lose friendships and to be exposed to the hardships of being in a new environment. At such a young age, I didn't know how to handle it.
In 2012, when my family and I moved to South Carolina permanently, I became very depressed. By being placed in rough situations, I became really quiet, shy, and introverted. Although I learned how life really worked and how people really were, day by day, it seemed like life was never going to get better for me. However, I had to keep a smile on my face because I didn't want my burden to be a burden on others. I felt so overwhelmed living a double life with my emotions. Throughout that time, I had my ups and downs. I was put in situations where I was broken down, and I was judged based on how I looked or how I presented myself without people really getting to know me. I was so hurt bad mentally that I thought life was over for me. But life gave me a second chance. In April of 2014, I began to change my life around because I started to see something in myself. I saw that it was hope for me if I believed in myself. I had to trust myself to make wise decisions that I believe will put me a step closer to reaching success. That year, I knew I wanted to become a counseling psychologist. I wanted to be able to help others get through things and be there for them because I know I did not have that for myself. Then, throughout the rest of my high school years, I found myself wanting to succeed academically and socially. I joined JROTC, I made the principal's list for 4 consecutive quarters, and I was accepted into Upper Bound where I became more social, a trait that I realized that I had previously lacked because of my shyness. What I experienced there helped me to get my mind off of anything negative and forced me to try a wide variety of new things. In December of 2016, I lost my great-grandmother. And when I lost her, I felt that I had lost myself. Nonetheless, I knew I had to be strong for her and my family. Therefore, I had to pick myself back up. I had to have faith and push through no matter what. I had to tell myself that things will get better. I looked at life as an obstacle course. I knew I had to get over hurdles to eventually win the race. I knew I had things in my life that I wanted to accomplish. I stayed positive and always kept my head up high, no matter what the situation was. Everything negative that came my way, I always made something positive out of it. I stopped complaining about why things were not working out the way I wanted them to and started taking action to make my life the way I wanted it to be. Every time I was knocked down, it was not hard for me to get back up because I knew I had to keep going to get where I wanted to be. I told myself that trouble definitely does not last always. I had to realize that life will come with hard hits, but it's just a test to see if a person is able to hit back. So classmates, if you're going through something, I want you to find peace in your situation. Give your situation a second chance like life gave me a second chance. Understand that life will go on and it has so much more to offer than what you may believe it has right now. I want each and every one of you to have hope. Have hope that things, no matter what it is, will eventually get better and that you won't ever be down for as long as you may think. Fight back. Don't let life beat you down. You have to believe in yourself because you are in control of your own emotions. You are in charge of your own life and you have the power to steer in any direction you choose. Don't ever think that you are not good enough or that you don't have a purpose on this earth. I'm here to tell you that I made it through. I made things work because I found it in myself to take life as it comes. I had to be prepared for whatever life threw at me. So as we go our separate ways, I want you all to stay strong and take life for what it is, what it will be, but whatever you do, do not take it for granted. Don't give up. That's never an option. Please, please do not give up. Giving up is not an option in any situation. You have to keep moving because life is going to keep going. You have to fight for what you want in order to produce positive results. Don't let a setback prevent you from moving forward. I encourage you to get back up and try again. Nothing will ever be perfect, but I want you to. No, I challenge you to try. Don't be a quitter. Things take time, and I want you to be patient and have faith that things will play in your favor. So repeat after me. I will not give up. I want you to say that every time you feel like throwing in the towel. To conclude, I will not let my past define who I am today, because today I stand here before you as a salutatorian of the class of 2018, and I have to say I'm very proud of myself. At this moment, I feel like I've accomplished so much just by being able to share my journey with you all. Today and always, I want you to remember these 5 things. Stay positive, fight back, have hope, don't give up, and give life a second chance. So my fellow classmates, congratulations. I wish you the best.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, I would like to recognize the honor graduates for the class of 2018. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Shamaya Felder, Samia Gilliam, Shanice Hawk, Sahure Levins, Isaac Mays, Latanya Murdaugh, Saray Papica, Tyler Robinson, Kalia Simmons, Taquiana Thomas. Thank you, honor graduates, and you may be seated.
It's showtime, baby. We gotta turn up this time. Hi. You feeling this already? Yeah. Can you hear me?
I gotta turn this time. I'm fucking dead.
Testing, testing. Testing.
afternoon. First, I would like to give honor to God, who is the head of my life, to the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Washington, Mrs. Lewis, our principal, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and last but certainly not least, my fellow class of 2018. I warmly and excitedly welcome you, and I promise not to be before you long. To all the people who helped me to get to this point, I thank you, for if it had not been for you, I would not be standing here today giving my valedictorian speech. I would like to give a special thanks to Mrs. Crystal Austin for always trying her best to encourage us to be responsible young adults, not wanting us to be blindsided by anything, but desiring for us to be prepared for everything, from expressing the importance of our portfolios to preparing us for doing life in college. Her mouth is always moving. Preparing us for the real world was her main goal, and she never let us forget it. Mrs. Austin, know that none of your hard work and endless sermons and lessons went unnoticed. I would also like to thank my anchors, the two women that helped to shape me into the young lady I am today, the women that helped me to stay focused and to remember what I was always trying to accomplish, my mom, Larissa, and my grandmother, Rose. I will often hear, Maya, did you finish that scholarship essay? Or Maya, are you keeping those grades up? I would just say, yes, Grandma, I'm getting it done. Standing here today, I know that all the questions were worth it. I know that it was all for the betterment, and I am forever grateful. To my fellow graduates, to the class of 2018, we made it. Everything we fought for, everything we overcame was for this very moment, for this very time. Let us take a moment to just marinate on that. Let us take a moment to really appreciate this fact, the fact that despite everything and everyone who may have tried to discourage us on this journey, we did not give up. We persevered and we made it. Over the many years here at Bethune-Bowman Middle High School, we have formed and lost bonds, but as a class, we grew closer throughout our senior year. Although many of us had different opinions on things, we still managed to place our differences aside and come together for the good of the whole class. We have spent the past years learning, laughing, loving, getting in trouble, but most of all, maturing. High school is now over, and it is time to start shaping our future. As I look over the faces before me, I no longer see the young students we once were. I see you as you will be, doctors, lawyers, officers, or anything you put your mind to. The sky is truly the limit. Rather than seeing a young man chasing a basketball or a young lady cheering him on, I see the scientists that could discover the very much needed cure for cancer. I see the first female president of the United States of America. I see you, I see us. Though the time has came for us to branch off and go our separate ways, I can only hope that we have experienced a level of growth that will help us to take advantage of every great opportunity that may come our way. Let us reach for the stars. Class of 2018, I want you all to remember that the future is at our fingertips. At the 2012 Bernard College commencement ceremony, Barack Obama said, "My first piece of advice is this: don't just get involved, fight for a seat at the table. Better yet, fight for a seat at the head of the table." Now, I am no Barack Obama, but this is my advice to you also. Let us not do just enough to get by. Let us go above and beyond. Do not just apply to the college to get the degree. Let us give it our all. Go for the college of your dreams and use every advantage offered. Like a sponge, let us soak up as much experience and information as we can and put it to good use. High school is proof that time is flying by. Let us not look up and regret that we did not give this race our all, or that we were in the race but we walked through it instead of running through it. Let us not just get to the table. Let us fight to run the table. If we choose the path of military, forget the idea of finally getting that house, car, and money, which many see the reason for choosing the military. Let us fight to not only say I am in the armed forces, let us fight to say I moved up in rank in record-breaking time because I gave it my all and excelled in my program. Let us fight to make a difference. Fight to change the very world we live in. Though change does not happen overnight, all it takes is one. Just look at Barack Obama, our first African-American president. All it takes is one. Let us be that one. Today is a turning point in each of our lives. As our senior year began, I remember the majority of my classmates saying, "I'm ready to graduate and I can't wait to live life." Classmates, let me tell you that life is just beginning for us. With us graduating from high school, from our safe haven, we will now have more responsibilities. Life is going to be scary and unsure at times. There'll be times where we feel like we cannot do this thing called life. But that is when we have to dig our heels in and remember that we prepared for this. We have to remember all the "you can do it" and "I believe in you" statements from our parents and guardians. I am not trying to overwhelm you. I am simply explaining that they have done their part in getting us ready for the next steps in our lives. It is now our time to show them the fruits of their labor. Show them that we are made of. Class of 2018, I encourage you to not let coming from a small town and school define who you are. We are from the small town of Bowman, but as Mrs. Lewis always say, let us show the world that big things really do come from small places. To the class of 2018, I leave you all with this. In the profound words of Dr. Seuss, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. As Rod always say, I like it, Bo.
Having completed and satisfied all requirements as regulated by the South Carolina Department of Education, to Dr. Jesse Washington III, Superintendent, and members of the Board of Trustees of Orangeburg Consolidated School District 5, I now present these candidates to you to become recipients of a high school diploma from Bethune-Bowman Middle High School. I now present to you the class of 2018.
By the power vested in me by the South Carolina State Department of Education and the Orangeburg Consolidated School District 5 Board of Trustees, I confer upon each graduate the high school diploma and all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
Joseph Jordan Ayers. Jaleel Samuel Balso. Deanna Patrice Bell. Ladidra Simone Bookert. Jordan Cameron Coakley. Fashima Tashay Coulter. Saraya Rayshante Nakia Davis. Victoria Ann Davis. Ana Luisa de la Cruz Guzman. Isaiah Elliott. Romeo Felder Jr. Shamaya Malaysia Felder. Curlia Chana Sade Fogel. Jaquan Lamar Gatson. Rashad Hakeem Gavin. Samia Amira Gillum. Jakia Talasia Glover. Elijah Lamont Grant. Jaquan Khalif Green. Larry Tremone Hampton. Shanice Fatima Hawk. Antonio J. Devonzel Hart. Shanice Sierra Haynes. Robert Lewis Hazel Williams III. Keonis Quanisha Huggins. Jonathan Trayvon Johnson. Anastasia Shantanae Jones. Sahure Levins. Jaquana Monique Linder. Taj Khalil Mack. Keyshawn Amari Mays. Isaac Jarrett Mays. Darius Jamal Middleton. Gabriel William Miles. Latanya Rihanna Murdoch. Roderick Tyreek Pam Jr. Khalik Maurice Patterson. Kiasia Nakiro Peoples. Saray Papica. Avia Nicole Reeves. Clarence Daquan Reed. Tom Queen Robinson. Simmons. Makai Jamal Simmons. Roderick Vashon Stanley Jr. Tashawn Antoine Starks. Nyasia Simone Stevens. Asacia Diana Stewart. Kentrell Gerard Sweeper. Halacia Lazian Thomas. Taikuana Ashanti Thomas. Nakia Shaquan Williams.
Members of the class of 2018, please move your tassels to the left. Would everyone please stand and join us in singing the alma mater?